Hello everyone and welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to do a review on all my bass fishing setups. I've had a lot of requests to do reviews on my tackle, my rods, and my actual boat setup. So today I'm going to do that. So I hope you guys stay tuned and enjoy our show today. So first off, I'm just going to go over the boat and the trailer and everything, and then I'll get into my actual tackle and my rods and stuff. So we'll start off with the motor. The motor is a Mercury 4-stroke, 60 horsepower. We finally got it broken in, and the nice thing about that is you don't have to worry about the break-in period anymore. You don't have to keep track of time and everything. The break-in period is 10 hours. The first 2 hours are the most important, but it's just nice to get it out of the way. It's not bad. It's just nice not to worry about it anymore. But the good thing about this motor is we haven't had one bit of problems with it. It's a great motor, really solid. It'll get this boat up to around 40 miles an hour, and I'm sure I could get a little bit more, you know, if I add a stainless steel prop to it, which we probably will in the future, and some other stuff. But it's a really solid motor, really dependable, and just overall like it. So it's a 60 horsepower Mercury. So the boat it's on is a Bass Tracker Pro Team 175. Nice thing about this boat, it's all aluminum, all weld hull. It has a revolutionary hull, so it's not like a John boat that just converts over to a bass boat or anything like that. It's a bass boat, and the hull it has is actually like a hull like a nitro or something like that. So the nice thing about the revolutionary hull is it can take waves really well. And what you're looking at right there, it says all weld. It's not riveted, and what rivets do is they leak, and they also add a lot of drag to your boat, believe it or not. And it's all welded, so that helps out with not worrying about as much leaks, and it just gives you a nice smooth ride even in rough water with the revolutionary hull. It's Bass Tracker Pro Team, and paint job looks really nice on it, you know. It's not even that bad of a maintenance if you're worried about that, if you're looking into getting one of these boats. You know, you use wax on it and clean it up every time you go out if you want to keep it looking nice, but you know, it's not that bad. And it just keeps the paint looking good. I use the Bass Pro Shop Fast Shine mostly. I like that stuff, and you gotta, you know, use stuff for the seats and everything, but it's not that bad, and just keeps the boats looking nice. As far as the trailer, it's a nice trailer. There's nothing special about it that I would like to say other than I like the load guides, which you're looking at right now. Those help loading up the boat, because there's 2.5 inches of space between the load guide and the boat when it's on there correctly, and so that helps when loading out, because it's super hard not to get it on there uneven. You just put it in, you load the boat up in between the load guides, and then wait till it centers up, you can tell, and then drive it on up the trailer, and then hook it on, drive away out. It just has these two hatches on the side. We just keep, this is a cooler, and then the other hatch is where I keep all my tools at, like my scale, pliers, board, sunscreen, you know, dye, culling system, stuff like that. And then you get in the back hatch, and this is like all your stuff, important stuff mostly. You know, your batteries, your gas tank, your bilge, your charger, all that stuff. It has an onboard charger, which is nice. Just hook it up to the wall or an extension cord when you get home and forget about it till next morning, and it's really nice. There's your gas cap, fill up right there, of course. Stepping down, it has a the middle seat is a little bit smaller, and it folds over to be a step and a cup holder. You know, getting into the cockpit area, I guess. It's got 3-car seating, which is nice about that. If you bring a third person along, they have a seat of their own when you're running and stuff. It has storage underneath all the seats. The seats are really nice and comfortable too, because they're real plush and everything, so it helps absorb shock, you know, when you're running and waves and stuff like that, and they're just really comfortable. It has storage in these seats, like I said. Just keep stuff down there, like tandem savers, manuals and stuff like that. So you get in where the console is. It's a nice console, really solid, doesn't like wiggle around or anything, like some cheaper boats. You know, nice about the console, it's got all the gauges really neat. There's two smaller gauges are volts and fuel. Your two bigger ones are RPMs and fuel. Then you got all your switches down here for your live wells and your bilge and your lights and everything. And that's about it for the console area. So now getting up on the deck. It's a nice big deck. You can fish two people up here easy. You know, put a dozen rods out, fine. Unless you want to put out more, and it could hold more, but a dozen rods out are good. Comes with that little bungee strap right there. Help you strap down your rods when you're running so they don't fly out. Then that's about the deck. We're about to get into the tackle. It's got a Minn Kota Edge. We upgraded it to a 55. It did come with a 45, but we got the 55 just to get a little bit more power. Comes with two of these seats. The other one's in storage right now, but it comes with two of these seats. We'll just keep one in there. And that's about it. So I'm going to get into my tackle now. And that's not all my tackle, that's just what's laying out right now. Sorry about the boat's a little bit messy right now. I just got back from fishing. So I'm going to go over my tackle now. Okay, everyone. So here is my tackle box. It's a pretty big box. There's two of them actually on this boat. And one on the left and one on the right. This is the left one is what I keep all my tackle in. So I like to store most of my tackle in 360 size boxes just because I like the size of them better than like a 340 or a 370. And I have them all labeled, which is nice, so when you're in a rush you can just look down and pick up the one you need. You know, tournament situation, time is always critical. So we'll just start from the bottom, I guess, and we'll work our way up. So very end of it I have a plain on line spool box, and then I have a box of spinner baits, and there's also buzz baits and chatter baits in there. Then this first box is not labeled, but I already know what it is because it's the only other 360 box that's not labeled. But it is a box of Senkos. Then coming up, you got a box of 1.5 to 2.5 cranks. I got everything from KVDs and to Lucky Crafts, Strike King, other Strike King crankbaits, Bandits, stuff like that in there. Then this next box, actually, I had it flipped around. My terminal tackle box. I try to keep it organized, and I try to keep it rust free. But you know, I got it all sized down. That's 1/0, extra wide gaps all the way down to 6/0. Then you got 1/0. Where are they? 1/0 drop shot hooks. You know, 2/0 drop shot hooks, and then you got your finesse wide gaps, spot removers, tubes, hooks. You know, some more shaky heads, flipping hooks, straight shanks, tungsten weights, treble hooks, Carolina rig keepers, drop shot weights, bobber stops, extra hooks, trailer hooks, and some extra miscellaneous flick shakes. That's my terminal tackle box. Next box is my box of jigs. These are all my jigs other than football jigs. I always call them casting jigs just because I know what they are. You know, I got some swim jigs in here. Got a lot of chopper jigs, some all-terrain tackle jigs, Strike King jigs, stuff like that. And then I got another box that's not labeled. This is a 360-01. This has 3 different colors of rubber worms just because I'm running out, because last tournament we had was a big rubber worm tournament, at least for us. And I just loaded them up. And next box is a box of lipless crankbaits. I got different stuff in here. Anywhere from Strike King, Cotton Cordels, Excalibur, Rapalas, Bill Lewis crankbaits. That's always nice. And then we go down, or go up, to jerk baits. I got a lot of pointers in there, Excaliburs. I got a couple mega basses, which pretty expensive, and they didn't do that much for me actually, and just some other different jerk baits like Rapalas and stuff. And then going up from there, I got topwater, which is spooks, poppers, you know, froggers, and some different other topwater baits. And I got some frogs, I got a lot of pad crashers, evolves, coppers, a couple spros. And then you get your deep divers, a lot of Normans, Strike Kings. I got a couple, what else do I have in there? Oh yeah, I got a couple Bass Pros, and then a couple Balsa, and then a couple Rapalas. And then you got football jigs. I have a lot of choppers in that box, and then I also have some Strike Kings. Pretty much that's the only two brands of football jigs I use is choppers and Strike Kings. Then you got medium divers, Strike Kings again, Rapalas again, live targets are in there and stuff like that. And then under there I got swim baits. I got a couple Huddlestons, and then I got some power bait, money, minnows, and some different stuff. And then under there, all the way under there, if you can see under there, is one called Panfish. And I'll just keep some little jigs and stuff like that in there in case I ever want to go for some crappies or bluegill. Then you go off to the side, and I just got 3 boxes of plastics. One is all my crawls and creature baits and stuff like that, and then I got a box of worms, and then I also have a box of soft plastic flukes and tubes and grubs and stuff like that. And then this box has just some miscellaneous plastics. So that's about it for my tackle. Now I'm going to go into my rod. Okay guys, so these are my rod and reel setups. You know, I use 3 main brands. I got 16 rod and reels. I'm not going to go through and show them all just because it'd be a lot of time, and a lot of them are doubles. You know, like identical rod and reels that are just different actions and gear ratios. But I'm just going to show you the different, these are all the different like brands I use, and I'll just show you these. So I used some duckets. I got 2 duckets. The Micro Magics are on both, and then I have on both a Generation 2 Revo SX, and that is, in my opinion, the best reel you can buy for under $170. Not much to say about the Generation 3. I did have that one, the newest one that's coming out, or the newest one that is out, and not much to say about that. You know, it was okay reel. I bought one of them, and I didn't really like it, so I sold it. This reel is a big difference from the new one, though. I like this one a lot better, so that reel's awesome. And then, so I use, you know, duckets. I love Abby Garcia reels. I'm not too thrilled about their newest generation. I think their older ones are a lot better. But I do have 2 new generations anyways, but I just like their older generations a lot better. But another thing I have is I use a lot of Shimano stuff, and then also I love these Johnny Morris carbon light rods. These things are awesome. They're $100. I think they should be at least like $150. They're just a great rod. And this is Shimano Symmetry. I always use braid in my spinning reels, and then if I'm in clear water, I just tie a fluorocarbon leader. That's really nice. And then I also use Powell rods. Those things are awesome too. This is a Power Endurance on a Chronarch 200E7. This is my what is this? This is Bass Pro Shop fluorocarbon. That stuff's really good fluorocarbon. But I really like Shimano stuff. Really like Abby Garcia's, and I like Bass Pro stuff. That's the different brands I like to use. And I do have a couple Fluker reels, which are pretty good, but they're not my favorite. Next up is probably my favorite reel for $100 by far. I got more of these reels and rods than any other reel. This is a Bass Pro Shop Pro Qualifier. This is a 7-1-to-1, and this is my frog rod. I got 65-pound braid on there, and then this is a pad crasher, I think, and then I have a 7-foot heavy Johnny Morris carbon light, and that's just a great rod and reel setup. You know, you can get this rod and reel set for $150, and normally both of the reel and rod would be $100 a piece, so you're saving $50 right there. And that's just how I do it. So those are my brands I like to use. Hope you guys enjoy this episode.